Welcome to a journey unlike any other, one that will take you beyond the familiar paths of your thoughts, beyond the comforting limits of who you think you are, and into the liberating unknown. How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One by Mindful Literary isn't just a book. It's an invitation to let go of everything you believe you must be and instead discover who you could be. In a world that values control and certainty, the idea of losing your mind might sound radical, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. To lose your mind means to lose the patterns, habits, and stories that no longer serve you. It means taking the well-worn grooves of old thoughts and daring to forge new ones. It's about unlearning, letting go, and creating space for the unexpected. We'll start by setting the stage, exploring why losing your mind might be the best thing you can do. We'll dig into the nature of your habits, your stories, and the limits you've accepted. I'll share my own journey, a relatable tale of realizing how deeply I was stuck in my own mental limitations. You'll see that this journey is personal, messy, and sometimes funny. And that's okay. Growth is messy, but it's also filled with lightness and unexpected joy. As you listen, I'll be your guide. We'll recognize the cages we build for ourselves, and I'll show you how to break down those barriers, one thought at a time. We'll learn the art of unbecoming, shedding the labels and identities that no longer fit, and we'll explore how discomfort, far from being an enemy, is a key to true growth. This audiobook is structured as a journey of breaking down to break through, of rewiring your mental blueprint, and of imagining yourself anew. Together, we'll craft a new story for you, one where you are the author of your own life. You'll learn how small actions can create massive change, and how the environment around you can support your transformation. Throughout this journey, you'll find moments of humor, warmth, and lightness, because even when we're doing deep work, there's always room for a smile. At the end of it all, you'll realize that the goal is not to become a finished, polished version of yourself, but to become someone who is always willing to grow, always ready to reinvent, and always comfortable with the unknown. So take a deep breath. Get ready to lose your mind and create a new one that is open, curious, adaptable, and full of possibilities. The journey ahead might be weird, it might be uncomfortable, but I promise you, it will be worth it. Let's begin. Introduction, the beginning of the end. Why losing your mind might be the best thing you can do. Losing your mind can sound alarming, but it often signifies a powerful shift in perspective. This is not about slipping into chaos. It's about shedding old beliefs and preconceived notions that no longer serve us. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast cliff, unsure if the leap will lead to disaster or liberation. When you let go of rigid thinking, you can find freedom that paves the way to growth. This journey can be uncomfortable, but it embodies the essence of personal evolution. It invites transformation into a version of you that embraces uncertainty and becomes more adaptable to life's twists and turns. By embracing this chaotic liberation, you discover that your thoughts don't have to be shackles. Instead, they can be tools for crafting new realities. Just as the caterpillar must struggle to break free from its cocoon to become a butterfly, so too must you navigate through the turbulence of losing your mind to emerge transformed. The very act of questioning your own sanity can spark creativity and innovation. Engaging with your inner turmoil may appear daunting, yet it is often the catalyst we need to awaken dormant aspects of ourselves. Our limitations frequently act as an unwitting motivator, nudging us to think outside the box. When you encounter barriers, whether they are time constraints, financial issues, or personal fears, it becomes a challenge that ignites the imagination. For instance, consider a writer faced with a blank page and endless possibilities. The limitations of procrastination or fear of failure can force that writer to channel frustration into creativity. You learn to adapt, innovate, and push boundaries, leading to unforeseen pathways. A relatable anecdote: my journey to realizing my own mental limitations. It was a typical Tuesday afternoon when I found myself staring at a blank page, willing words to spill onto it. Hours slipped away, and what was once a bubbling enthusiasm transformed into a surreal haunting of my own making. That day marked the moment I truly recognized the mental blocks I had built. The walls I constructed brick by painstaking brick, all in the name of avoiding any discomfort that could arise from failure. I remembered back to when I was a child, sitting cross-legged on the floor with colorful crayons, ready to unleash my imagination on paper. So where had that child gone? Somewhere along the way, I had decided that I had to be perfect, that I could no longer take the liberty of making mistakes. The realization hit me like a swift kick in the pants. My fear of failure was paralyzing my creativity, leaving me trapped in a cycle of doubt. If it weren't for the absurdity of the situation, I might have cried. As I sat there grappling with this revelation, the image of a hamster on a wheel popped into my head. I was that little creature, endlessly running, but never getting anywhere. It struck me that I had been so serious about my aspirations that I had lost sight of the joy that used to accompany them. I chuckled to myself, imagining a tiny, bespectacled hamster scribbling notes in a journal, pondering the meaning of life instead of simply enjoying the rush of the wheel. In that comical juxtaposition, I found a reflection of my own life, trapped in a cycle of overthinking and stress rather than embracing spontaneity and fun. Laughter bubbled up within me as I realized life was full of these absurdities. We often take ourselves too seriously, when the truth is, it's all a little ridiculous sometimes. That day taught me an important lesson about mental limitations. It's okay to laugh at our struggles and to acknowledge that perfection is an elusive goal. Instead of allowing fears to dictate how I create and express myself, I started to see these mental blocks as invitations to explore uncharted territories of both creativity and self-acceptance. When I feel those familiar walls closing in again, I remind myself to channel my inner hamster. Run, but enjoy the experience. Not every miss has to be a disaster, and every stumble can be another stepping stone towards growth and laughter. This newfound perspective helps me transform fear into a playful challenge. The next time you find yourself locked in a battle with your limitations, try looking at it through a lens of humor. Life's absurdities can often remind us that we're not as serious as we think we are, and the journey is worth every twist and turn. Invitation to change: what you can expect from this book. The journey of transformation is often riddled with surprises, and preparing yourself for this adventure requires setting the right expectations. Change can be exhilarating, yet it may also feel daunting when faced with the shadows of ingrained thought patterns. You might find yourself challenging everything you once held true. This book is designed to guide you through the swirling chaos of doubt and rediscovery. Expect to encounter insights that provoke contemplation about your beliefs and behaviors. You will learn that discomfort is a natural part of growth, often signaling that you're moving beyond your limits. Embrace these moments. They are the stepping stones toward a more profound self-awareness. Approaching change with an open heart and a curious mind creates fertile ground for personal evolution. This book encourages you to welcome new ideas, appreciating the beauty in uncertainty. Each page is an invitation to be playful with your thoughts and to question the status quo. As you immerse yourself in this text, consider each chapter as a conversation rather than a lecture. Engage with the material, reflect on your experiences, and let your heart guide you through the process. Change is not merely a linear path, but a dance of exploration and growth. Remember, embracing change is about being flexible, open to new experiences, and sometimes even laughing at yourself during the missteps. Each moment of change adds a unique thread to the tapestry of your life. With each chapter, you will find practical tools and insights designed to facilitate your transformation. Keep this in mind. Change is both a journey and a practice. It's not just about reaching a destination, it's about enjoying the ride. Stay committed to the process over the results. This mindset will empower you to navigate challenges with grace. As you turn the pages, allow yourself to stretch those mental muscles, build resilience, and most importantly, approach your journey with playfulness. A practical tip to keep handy is to jot down your thoughts, feelings, and reflections along the way. This not only helps track your progress, but also makes the process feel more tangible and manageable. Chapter 1: Recognizing the Mind You Need to Lose. The Cage of Comfort: Understanding How Your Thoughts Trap You. Many people unknowingly inhabit a cage made up of their own thoughts, a place where comfort trumps ambition and familiarity stifles growth. These mental barriers create a false sense of security, but they come at the cost of stunted potential. Think about the times you found yourself replaying the same ideas over and over, clinging to what feels safe rather than exploring what could be. It's all too common to restrict ourselves with limiting beliefs, like thinking, "I'm not good enough to pursue that dream," or "change is too difficult." These thoughts are like a warm blanket. They offer comfort, but also keep us from the exhilarating chill of true possibility. As we analyze our comfort zones, we begin to notice that these zones are often built on the foundations of fear and past experiences. Each time we consciously choose what is easy over what is necessary for growth, we reinforce these limiting thoughts. It's easy to confuse the familiar with the safe, but this confusion can lead us to miss opportunities that lie just beyond our comfort. Why challenge ourselves when we can coast along in the safety of routine? This way of thinking seduces us into complacency, blinding us to the richness of life that awaits just outside the cage we've built. Developing self-awareness is crucial in recognizing the mental cages that we've constructed, often without even realizing it. Becoming aware of our limiting thoughts is the first step towards liberating ourselves. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, "I can't afford to take that class," or "I'm too old to start something new"? These momentary lapses into self-doubt reveal the cages we've locked ourselves into. The key is to challenge these assertions. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that supports this belief? Unraveling these thoughts requires a willingness to explore uncomfortable truths about ourselves and to confront the narratives that we've come to accept as gospel. When we begin to recognize these mental cages, it opens the door to self-discovery. This process can be amusing at times, as we realize how ridiculous some of these thoughts truly are when viewed from a different perspective. Breaking down the walls of our comfort zones becomes an engaging adventure rather than a daunting task. By simply acknowledging these self-imposed limitations, we can start to dismantle them piece by piece, making room for new experiences and ideas. Our capacity to grow is immense, and it flourishes in the space we create when we challenge ourselves to step outside the confines of our comfort zones. Next time you feel the urge to retreat into your comfort zone, take a moment to breathe, reflect, and acknowledge the thought that is keeping you there. Consider how you can take a small step beyond that barrier to expand your horizons. Embrace discomfort as a catalyst for growth. The stories we live by, identifying self-limiting narratives. Our minds are like vast libraries filled with stories, many of which we didn't even write ourselves. These narratives often emerge from childhood experiences, societal expectations, or even the casual remarks of those around us. The stories we tell ourselves about our worth and capabilities can shape our actions and choices in profound ways. For example, if someone constantly hears messages about being not good enough, they may unconsciously limit their own potential. A person who believes they are not capable of achieving success may self-sabotage at crucial moments, missing out on opportunities simply because they have internalized a harmful narrative. Recognizing these self-limiting beliefs is the first step in rewriting our internal scripts. It's essential to challenge these harmful narratives, question their origins, and consider evidence to the contrary. Have there been times when you've succeeded against the odds? Every small triumph can serve as a counterpoint to negative stories, gradually helping to reshape your self-perception. Storytelling wields significant power in shaping how we see ourselves and the world. The tales we absorb through books, movies, or even conversations can forge deep connections with our own beliefs and values. When we hear stories of triumph over adversity, it inspires us to imagine ourselves in similar roles. This is the magic of narrative. It allows us to step outside of our own experiences and envision new possibilities. However, storytelling can also reinforce negative stereotypes and beliefs if we are not mindful. The key is to curate the stories we consume, seeking those that empower and uplift rather than those that confine us to outdated tropes. Engage in narratives that align with your aspirations, that challenge the limiting beliefs you hold. Moreover, don't hesitate to share your own story. Every person's experience matters and can impact others positively. Craft your narrative with intention, using it as a tool to foster your growth and resilience. As you navigate your own stories, remember that you have the power to edit the script. Take a moment to reflect on the narratives that dominate your thoughts. Are they serving you, or are they reinforcing limits? Keep a journal as a powerful practice to identify and rewrite these stories. By putting pen to paper, you can confront the beliefs that hold you back and start crafting a narrative that reflects your true potential. Real-life analogy: the mind as a well-worn path in a forest. Picture a dense forest filled with trees, each one representing a thought or belief you hold. Over time, as you traverse this forest, certain paths become well-worn from frequent use. These paths symbolize entrenched thought patterns that shape how you perceive the world and react to different situations. Just as a traveler takes the easiest route through the woods, we often gravitate toward familiar ideas, sticking to the thoughts that have become easy to navigate. These patterns can be comforting, yet they may also confine us, limiting our growth and exploration. The challenge lies in recognizing these well-trodden trails of thinking that no longer serve us, much like a hiker who realizes they've been walking in circles, unaware of the untapped beauty just beyond the next thicket. Encouraging exploration of overgrown paths invites us to venture off the familiar trails and into uncharted territory. Imagine the sense of adventure when you decide to push through brush and discover a new route in the forest. In the realm of thoughts, this exploration can uncover innovative ideas and fresh perspectives. It takes courage to stray from the well-worn path, yet this journey can be incredibly rewarding. By challenging our existing beliefs and experimenting with new ways of thinking, we stimulate creativity and invite personal growth. Embracing the unknown can feel daunting, but it's crucial for developing a more nuanced understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So the next time you find yourself circling back to old thoughts, consider for a moment what lies in the dense undergrowth: new paths waiting to be discovered and new ways of thinking ready to be explored. Next time you notice yourself favoring a typical line of thought, take a moment to pause. Consider an alternative approach, no matter how unconventional it seems. Picture yourself as a curious explorer, armed with a metaphorical machete, ready to clear a new path through the overgrown foliage of your mind. Even small adjustments can lead you to surprising insights and opportunities for growth. A moment of levity: why your brain is a terrible GPS for life. Your brain often behaves like a navigational system gone haywire. Imagine setting out for a new destination and you enter an address, only to find yourself in a completely different town, disoriented and confused. It's amusing if it didn't resonate with our everyday choices. Misguided beliefs about life can mislead us in a similar fashion. We hear phrases like "follow your heart" or "just trust your instincts," and though well-intentioned, they can send us spiraling down uncharted roads. Our minds, with all their quirks and biases, frequently misinterpret the signals we receive, prioritizing emotion over logic. This can lead to decisions based on flawed assumptions. When we think we're headed toward happiness or success, we might really be just taking a scenic route through frustration and disappointment. Frequently, laughter serves as a compass, illuminating the absurdity of our misdirections and allowing us to step back and reassess our routes. To change our course, we need to recalibrate our mental GPS. Just as one must update a navigation system with the latest maps, we too must refine our beliefs and perspectives. This involves questioning our assumptions, understanding our motivations, and not shying away from the uncomfortable truths. Is the path we've been taking really leading us where we want to go? Sometimes, it takes a moment of humor or self-reflection to recognize that we've been driving in circles. Engaging in conversations with diverse minds and experiences can reveal alternate routes to fulfillment. Trying new things can shift our perspective and expand our horizons. Recalibration doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and effort. Like updating software, we need to regularly check in with ourselves, shedding outdated beliefs in favor of ones that genuinely guide us toward our goals. When faced with a decision, consider treating it as a detour rather than a dead end. What landmarks can guide you? What does a hopeful route look like? Map out a few paths before choosing one. Sometimes, humor in the face of uncertainty can illuminate your options, making the process of recalibrating not only insightful but also enjoyable. Your brain might not always be the best GPS for life, but humor and open-mindedness can help you navigate more effectively. Exercises to identify mental patterns holding you back. Engaging with prompts that highlight your limiting thought patterns can be a transformative experience. Begin by considering the narratives you tell yourself daily. Write down a thought that pops into your head whenever you face a challenge, something like, "I can't do this." Then, take a deeper dive into that thought. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have to support this belief? Often, you'll realize it's based on fears rather than facts. Challenge these thoughts by writing a counter-argument. For instance, if you feel incapable, list out past achievements, moments of success, or compliments from others. This exercise uncovers the distorted lens through which you view your abilities, starting to shift your mindset away from self-doubt into a more empowering perspective. As you foster insight and awareness of your own mind, consider reflective exercises that invite you to sit in silence. Find a quiet space and allow yourself to think about your immediate responses to situations that trigger anxiety or frustration. Reflect on questions like, why do I feel this way? Or, what deeper beliefs are influencing my reactions? You may find that you're responding not only to the current situation, but also to past experiences or ingrained beliefs. Journaling your thoughts can be particularly enlightening. It allows you to see patterns over time. Consider writing a letter to your past self who faced similar situations. What wisdom would you share? This act not only supports self-compassion, but unravels the thoughts you might be unconsciously carrying around. When you engage in these exercises, remember that awareness is the first step to change. By practicing these techniques regularly, you will not only identify, but also begin to unravel the mental patterns that hold you back, allowing for personal growth. Keep a small notebook handy to jot down insights as they arise, because clarity often strikes at the most unexpected times. Chapter 2: The Art of Unbecoming. Shedding old identities. Who are you without your past labels? Exploring your identity beyond societal labels can be a liberating yet daunting journey. Societal expectations often box us in, using terms like successful, millennial, or introvert to define who we are and how we fit into the world. These labels come with their own baggage, leading us down paths we may not truly want to follow. When was the last time you paused to ask yourself who you are without these labels? It's a thought-provoking question. By stepping outside the confines of societal definitions, you can discover a more authentic, nuanced self. It's essential to shun the pressure to conform to roles that may not resonate with your essence. Think of your identity as a canvas. Each experience and belief you hold contributes color and depth, yet none define the entirety of your masterpiece. Fostering introspection is a key part of uncovering your essence beyond external definitions. This involves engaging in deep self-reflection and allowing yourself the space to explore your feelings, dreams, and desires without limitations imposed by others. Journaling can be an effective tool here, as it encourages you to pour out your thoughts and emotions freely. Ask yourself questions like, what brings me joy? Or what do I value most? With each reflective session, you peel back layers imposed by the past, revealing a core that is uniquely yours. This practice is not just about cataloging traits. It's about reconnecting with your inner voice, the one that often gets drowned out by the noise of approval and expectation. Embrace your individuality, allowing your thoughts and feelings to guide you toward a self-image that resonates deeply. To better connect with your true self, practice mindfulness regularly. By becoming present in the moment, you can observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This can help distinguish between what you genuinely think and feel versus what's been laid upon you by the world. The next time you encounter a label or an expectation, take a moment to breathe and assess how it affects you. Does it resonate or repel? Your reactions can reveal much about what you genuinely value, guiding you toward shedding those labels that no longer serve you. Embrace the freedom that comes from discovering who you are at your core, independent of societal expectations. Wisdom from nature, the snake that sheds its skin. Nature is a constant reminder of the beauty inherent in transformation and renewal. One of the most striking examples of this is the snake, which famously sheds its skin. This process, though often seen as a mere biological necessity, symbolizes something much deeper, the idea that we too can evolve when we embrace change. Just like the snake emerges from its old skin, revealing a fresh, vibrant layer beneath, we have the power to let go of our outdated selves and rediscover who we truly are. This shedding allows us to grow, adapt, and thrive in ever-changing environments, highlighting that transformation is not only necessary, but also profoundly beautiful. The act of shedding skin can mirror our personal journeys in remarkable ways. Every time we let go of anger, fear, or old beliefs that no longer serve us, we are replicating the snake's timeless ritual. It requires courage to discard what is familiar and comfortable. However, it is often in these moments of shedding that we find clarity and strength. Just as the snake's fresh skin signifies new beginnings, embracing our own transitions can prove liberating. Engaging with self-reflection allows us to identify the parts of ourselves that need to be released, making space for growth and renewal. We can transform into truer versions of ourselves, leaving behind the remnants of what held us back. To embark on your own journey of shedding, start small. Reflect on aspects of your life that feel stagnant or outdated. Are there habits, relationships, or mindsets that need to be reconsidered? A practical tip is to journal about these revelations, identifying specific changes you wish to embrace. Just as the snake showcases resilience through its transformation, you too can harness that energy to propel yourself forward. Embrace your transformation and take pride in your journey toward renewal. The power of letting go, creating space for something new. Letting go can feel daunting, yet it is one of the most liberating acts anyone can undertake. When we release what no longer serves us, we create space for possibility and new beginnings. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents an old habit, a toxic relationship, or an outdated belief. As you peel them away, you begin to feel lighter, liberated, and more open to the fresh opportunities life has to offer. This transformation is not merely physical. It resonates deeply within, allowing us to explore new paths and identities that once seemed out of reach. To facilitate this release, there are several practical techniques one can employ. Start by practicing mindfulness, taking time to reflect on what you truly value and what is holding you back. Sometimes, writing down your feelings can act as a cathartic release. Consider journaling about your experiences and emotions tied to old identities. Ask yourself questions like, what parts of my life do I want to release? Or how do these aspects no longer align with who I want to become? Additionally, visualizations can be powerful. Close your eyes, see yourself shedding old layers as you inhale deeply, and exhale the weight of the past. Each technique offers a unique avenue to confront what we cling to and ultimately what we are ready to release. Ultimately, letting go is more than just an act. It's a journey toward embracing who you are meant to become. As you begin to shed the old, remind yourself that this process takes time. Celebrate each small victory and acknowledge that sometimes the greatest gift you can give yourself is the freedom to evolve. Create a ritual for yourself to honor your progress, maybe by lighting a candle and affirming your intentions aloud. Remember, you are not just letting go, you are making room for the new adventures that await. My experience with losing an outdated version of myself. Letting go of an outdated version of myself was like shedding a skin that I had grown comfortable in. I remember a time when I clung to my old habits and beliefs, even when they no longer served me. It was a rainy afternoon when it really hit me. I was rummaging through old journals, and the entries were filled with self-doubt and past grievances. Reading those words felt like stepping into a time machine, transporting me back to a version of myself that felt lost and overwhelmed. The struggle was real. I fought against change with every excuse I could muster. But something inside me sparked a curiosity about who I could become if I let go. I realized that to move forward, I had to free myself from my past. I started to understand that letting go is less about losing oneself and more about gaining the freedom to explore new possibilities. Humor often found its way into my transformation. As I began to peel away those layers of my old self, I stumbled through moments that were downright ridiculous. I remember deciding to take up yoga as part of my self-improvement journey. Despite my serious intentions, I showed up to class in mismatched socks and an outfit from the lost and found bin. Struggling to touch my toes, I ended up toppling over like a poorly designed Jenga tower. The entire class erupted in laughter, including me, which turned out to be the best medicine. I learned that the messy intricacies of personal transformation often come with a side of hilarity. Embracing these humorous moments helped me view the process not just as a series of hurdles, but as a joyous journey. It taught me that growth doesn't have to be a solemn endeavor. It can also be a delightful exploration filled with laughter. Finding the delicate balance between reflection and humor became a crucial part of my experience. It's important to allow space for both the serious and the silly when navigating personal change. If you're dancing between letting go of your old self and embracing the new, don't forget to laugh at the absurdity of it all. It makes the journey lighter and more enjoyable. Next time you feel overwhelmed by the idea of transformation, remember to bring along a sense of humor. It might just be the perfect companion to help ease the transition and remind you that it's okay to not take yourself too seriously. Embrace the messiness, revel in the awkwardness, and keep moving forward. You'll find unexpected treasures along the way, just like I did. Practical exercise. Write a letter of goodbye to your old self. Reflective writing can be a powerful tool in recognizing and acknowledging the journey of your past. Begin by finding a quiet space where your thoughts can flow freely. Let your pen glide over the paper or your fingers dance over the keyboard as you write a letter to your old self. Start with a warm greeting, as if you are reconnecting with an old friend. Speak to your younger self with compassion and curiosity. Highlight the experiences that shaped you, the challenges you faced, and the wisdom you gained along the way. This is not just a letter, it's a tribute to your growth and resilience. As you continue writing, allow yourself to express all the emotions tied to your past identity. This goodbye is more than just a farewell, it's an emotional release. Share your feelings of frustration, confusion, or even regret, but also recognize the moments of joy and triumph. Thank that old self for every lesson learned, every mistake made, and every moment lived. By articulating your thoughts and emotions, you create space for renewal and reinvention. Embrace the catharsis that comes with this heartfelt goodbye and feel the weight lift as you let go of what no longer serves you. When you finish, read your letter aloud, either to yourself or to someone you trust. This act of voicing your farewell solidifies the transition. It reminds you that while your old self was important, you are now stepping into a new chapter filled with possibilities. Keep this letter in a safe place, or even burn it as a symbolic gesture of releasing your outdated identity. The next time you feel the weight of your past, revisit this letter to remind yourself of the strength you possess and the journey you've taken. Practicing this exercise regularly can help you stay connected to your evolving identity. Chapter 3. Breaking Down to Break Through. Why discomfort is the key to growth. Discomfort often gets a bad rap. It's something we tend to avoid at all costs, seeking comfort instead. However, discomfort is actually essential for personal development. It challenges us, pushes our boundaries, and forces us to confront our fears. It's like the gym for our minds and spirits. Just as physical exercise causes muscle tears that lead to growth, emotional and psychological discomfort cultivates resilience and strength. Whenever we encounter discomfort, we're given a wonderful opportunity to learn something new about ourselves. It's a sign that we're stepping outside our comfort zones, which is where real transformation takes place. Recognizing discomfort as a catalyst for growth can bootstrap our motivation to reach higher and grow stronger as individuals. Embracing discomfort might sound counterintuitive, but it's a sign of meaningful progress. When we feel uncomfortable, it's typically because we are grappling with new challenges, learning new skills, or pushing ourselves to exceed our limits. This is part of the human experience. Progress doesn't come from the cozy corners of life. Instead, it's often found in the moments that make us squirm. Imagine the feeling of giving a presentation to a room full of unfamiliar faces. Heart racing, palms sweaty, it's discomfort personified. Yet, when you finish and receive positive feedback, that euphoric sense of achievement reinforces that the discomfort was a necessary step towards growth. Instead of shying away from these moments, we should lean into them, recognizing that they are signs of being on the path to becoming the best versions of ourselves. Learning to celebrate discomfort can redefine our approach to challenges, marking them as milestones rather than obstacles. Incorporating discomfort into your daily life doesn't require grand gestures. Small steps can yield significant results. Next time you notice yourself hesitating to take a leap, whether it's speaking up in a meeting or trying out a new hobby, consider this a nudge from your potential self. Take that step, embrace the discomfort, and observe how it stretches your abilities. Over time, this practice will build a reservoir of confidence, making future challenges feel more manageable. Discomfort may not be pleasant, but it's a key that unlocks the door to growth, resilience, and personal empowerment. The metaphor of the phoenix, rising stronger from the ashes. The mythical phoenix has long captured our imagination as a powerful symbol of resilience and rebirth. Just as the phoenix rises from its ashes, renewed and invigorated, so too can we emerge from our personal breakdowns and trials. Moments of failure, loss, and despair are part of the human experience, but these moments can also serve as fertile ground for growth. Embracing the concept of the phoenix allows us to see that breakdowns do not have to define us. Instead, they are opportunities to transform our pain into strength. Just like the phoenix's vibrant colors after its fiery resurrection, we can discover new facets of ourselves that shine brighter after challenging times. This symbolism encourages us to let go of what no longer serves us, making space for new beginnings filled with potential and promise. View your struggles not as burdens, but as stepping stones to greater self-awareness and power. Each challenge is an invitation to explore your inner strength, pushing you to find resources within that you may not have known existed. When faced with adversity, consider it an opportunity to rise stronger, much like the phoenix. Use your experiences to reflect, learn, and grow. Allow them to refine you rather than define you. Think of those times when you faced disappointment. How did they change you? Did they ignite something within you that motivated change? A change in perspective can profoundly shift your path forward, and viewing struggles as transformative experiences can help cultivate resilience. Remember, the fire that the phoenix rises from represents the trials that forge your spirit. A useful piece of wisdom is to journal about your experiences. Write about the challenges you've faced and the strength you discovered within yourself as a result. Track your journey and notice the patterns of resilience that emerge. Reflecting on your past can illuminate the ways you've transformed, allowing you to not only understand your path, but also guide others who may still be trapped in their own ashes. Personal insight, the struggle of unlearning, and the beauty of not knowing. Unlearning is an arduous journey, often overshadowed by the weight of years spent absorbing conditioned beliefs. These beliefs shape how we perceive the world, often acting as invisible chains that weigh us down. It can be incredibly challenging to unravel those tightly wound threads of thought, especially when so many have been ingrained since childhood. One might feel a tug of war within oneself. On one hand, there's the comfort of familiarity, and on the other, the call to evolve into a more authentic self. This process requires immense courage, as it demands facing uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the narratives we have built our lives upon. Breaking free from these beliefs is not just an act of shedding old skin, but also an invitation to vulnerability, a space where the unknown looms large, often accompanied by fear. Recognizing this struggle as part of the larger tapestry of growth is essential. After all, unlearning isn't merely about letting go, it's about reimagining the world through a fresh lens. Amidst the chaotic dance of uncertainty lies a profound beauty that opens doors to new possibilities. Embracing the unknown can initially feel like staring into a vast, dark abyss, but it is also where true creativity and joy can flourish. When we let go of the pressure to have all the answers, we invite curiosity to take center stage. There's an exhilarating freedom in admitting that we don't know everything, like stepping into a new adventure without the burden of a detailed map. This uncharted territory fosters a sense of wonder, encouraging us to explore and discover aspects of ourselves we may have otherwise overlooked. The discomfort of not knowing can transform into a playground for experimentation, sparking ideas and insights that fill our lives with vibrancy. Celebrating this uncertainty allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others, weaving a rich tapestry of experiences that propel us forward. Rather than seeing the absence of answers as a drawback, consider it a blank canvas awaiting your imagination. In navigating the challenges of unlearning and reveling in the unknown, one can cultivate a practice of mindfulness. Take small steps to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Acknowledge them, but don't cling on to them. This can foster a playful attitude toward learning, encouraging exploration rather than fear. Embrace the freedom that comes with letting go of rigid beliefs and allowing yourself to exist in a space of curiosity. Remember, every time you challenge an old belief or embrace uncertainty, you're not just reshaping your own world. You're contributing to the collective journey of discovering what it truly means to be human. Humor in the struggle, laughing at the chaos of growth. Finding humor in the chaotic process of personal growth can feel like a daunting challenge, yet it is essential to remind ourselves not to take it all too seriously. Life often hurls unexpected twists and turns our way, leaving us feeling like we're stuck in a slapstick comedy. Consider the times when you've tripped over your own feet while trying to look graceful, or the moments when your heartfelt resolutions crumble like a poorly made soufflé. These are the perfect opportunities to laugh at ourselves. Embracing this humor can lighten the weight of our struggles, turning a moment of frustration into one of joy. When we step back and view our experiences through a lens of laughter, we gain a unique perspective that helps us navigate the chaos without losing our sanity. The more we allow ourselves to chuckle at our missteps, the more resilient we become as we recognize that growth is inherently messy. Laughter serves as a powerful tool for resilience amidst the struggles of transformation. It acts like a balm, soothing our bruised egos and providing a safe space to process our failures. When we laugh, we release endorphins, boosting our mood and fortifying our spirits. It can be the difference between viewing a setback as a crushing defeat and seeing it as a funny story to tell later. During the toughest times, a hearty laugh can remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. Everyone faces difficulties, and sharing the humor in those experiences can forge stronger connections with others. Just like comic relief in a drama, laughter can interrupt the seriousness of our journeys, giving us the confidence to push forward. So, when life feels overwhelming, whether you're fumbling your way through a new job, navigating a complicated relationship, or simply trying to figure out where you left your keys for the 100th time, remember, it's okay to laugh. Finding joy in the turmoil can enhance our resilience, making the bumps in the road feel a little less severe. Adopting a humorous mindset not only helps us cope, but it encourages a culture of positivity and acceptance. Surrounding ourselves with people who don't take life too seriously can elevate our spirits and remind us to embrace joy in the little things. Share a laugh with friends about a shared fiasco, or engage in lighthearted banter about your latest mishaps. These moments create a tapestry of connection that threads through the fabric of our lives, reminding us that amidst the struggle, the lightness of laughter remains a beacon of hope. Cultivate this practice to navigate your journey with grace and grit. The next time you find yourself in a moment of chaos, take a pause, breathe, and let out a good laugh. It can shift your mindset and fuel your growth in the most unexpected ways. Reflection activity. Finding beauty in your own moments of breaking down. Reflecting on moments when everything feels like it's falling apart can be one of the most enlightening exercises. These breakdowns, often painful and overwhelming, carry with them lessons that shape who we are. Each time you've felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, think deeply about what you learned afterward. Perhaps you discovered strength in vulnerability, or that letting go can lead to unexpected freedom. These moments of crisis can illuminate your values, priorities, and even your resilience, showing you that beauty and growth often emerge from chaos. Embracing your breakdowns can be transformative. They often serve as pivotal chapters in our stories, teaching us to value not just the good times, but also the wisdom that arises from our struggles. Journaling is an exquisite tool for unpacking these experiences. When writing, you create a sacred space where your thoughts can flow freely without judgment. Each page offers the opportunity to explore your feelings, track your growth, and reflect on the lessons learned from your breakdown moments. The act of writing can clarify what seemed murky and overwhelming, allowing you to see challenges in a new light. Consider setting aside a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts and feelings. This practice not only helps you process experiences, but also reveals patterns in your life. Over time, you'll notice how the pieces come together, creating a tapestry of resilience and insight. To make journaling effective, don't worry about grammar or structure. Write as you feel. Allow your pen to dance across the page, capturing your innermost thoughts and emotions. You may even find it beneficial to ask yourself questions regarding your breakdown moments. What triggered the feeling? How did you respond? What would you do differently now? These reflections not only deepen your understanding, but also pave the way for future growth. Embracing and documenting your journey equips you with a powerful toolkit for navigating life's storms, turning breakdowns into breakthroughs. Chapter 4: Rewiring Your Mental Blueprint. Neuroplasticity 101. You are not stuck with the brain you have. Neuroplasticity is a fascinating concept that reveals how adaptable and flexible our brains can be. It's the brain's ability to reorganize itself, forming new connections and pathways whenever we learn something new or change our habits. This means that the brain is not a static organ, but rather a dynamic one that can evolve throughout our lives. Imagine having the power to reshape your thoughts, behaviors, and even your emotions just by understanding how your brain works. The implications of neuroplasticity are staggering. It opens the door to personal transformation, allowing anyone enough curiosity and determination to change their patterns and rewrite their story. It challenges the misconception that we are stuck with the limitations of our brains, demonstrating instead that we hold the reins in steering our mental functions. Whether you're looking to enhance your memory, curb unwanted habits, or lift your mood, neuroplasticity offers a toolkit of endless possibilities for growth and development. Equipped with this knowledge, it becomes clear that the power to reshape our brains rests in our hands, quite literally. Every thought we have plays a vital role in this reconfiguration process. Positive thinking, for instance, acts like a sculptor, chiseling away at a stone block, gradually revealing a more refined version of ourselves. Techniques like mindfulness, visualization, and deliberate practice encourage the brain to map out new pathways, reinforcing the changes we wish to manifest. This ability means that, contrary to popular belief, we are not passive players in the game of life, but active participants who can design and redesign ourselves. Each moment offers the potential to create new connections that enable us to adapt and thrive, proving that our possibilities for personal change are virtually limitless. It's important to remember that every small choice contributes to this brain rewiring. Even a decision as simple as focusing on gratitude for a few moments a day can foster a more positive mindset over time. Now, more than ever, understanding that we are not confined to the brain, we start with empowers us to take charge of our mental well-being and growth. Practical analogy: your mind as a garden, pulling weeds and planting seeds. Imagine your mind as a vibrant garden, brimming with possibilities and potential. Just like any garden, it requires attention and care to flourish. In this space, the seeds you plant represent your thoughts. Some seeds might sprout into beautiful flowers of positivity, while others could grow into thorns of doubt or negativity. Much like a gardener diligently tends to each plant, you too must cultivate your thoughts with intention. Positive thoughts are like nutrient-rich soil, encouraging vibrant growth and helping you to bloom in life. When you nurture these thoughts, you create an environment where creativity and joy can flourish, transforming your mental landscape into a sanctuary of abundance. Your garden's beauty depends on how well you manage it, and that includes pulling out the weeds of negativity that threaten to choke your growth. Weeds are those limiting beliefs, doubts, and toxic thoughts that can take root if left unchecked. It takes courage to confront these weeds and remove them, but it is essential for a healthy mental garden. As you uproot these negative thoughts, make space for empowering beliefs to take their place. Plant seeds of confidence, resilience, and self-worth, and water them daily with affirmations and positive experiences. This act of cultivation is transformative. With patience and diligence, you will create a thriving environment that reflects the best version of yourself. Remember, even small acts of positivity can contribute to a flourishing garden, so take the time to celebrate your progress, no matter how minor it may seem. To keep your mental garden healthy, dedicate a few moments each day to consciously assess your thoughts. Recognizing harmful patterns is the first step toward change, allowing you to pull out the weeds and foster a blooming landscape of positivity. How I learned to replace negative thought loops with empowering beliefs. There was a time when my day-to-day existence felt like a revolving door of self-doubt and endless negativity. Every morning, I would wake up to an internal monologue that criticized every decision I made, every interaction I had. It was like living with a relentless critic in my mind, always reminding me of my failures and shortcomings. One day, as I was scrolling through social media, I stumbled upon a quote that struck a chord. "You are not your thoughts." That single line became the catalyst for a monumental shift in my perception. Instead of allowing my negative thoughts to dictate how I felt about myself, I began to consciously challenge them. Whenever that inner critic reared its ugly head, I would pause, breathe, and replace that negativity with affirming beliefs. This practice was not easy. However, over time, I discovered that deliberate mental effort could dismantle those entrenched thought patterns. I started journaling, capturing my thoughts, and then reframing them positively. Little by little, I began to notice a change in my mindset, a liberating sense of empowerment that replaced doubt with confidence. My journey of reprogramming my thoughts didn't just change the way I saw myself. It opened doors to a new perspective on life's challenges. I remember vividly a day at work when a project didn't go as planned. My first instinct was to dive into the familiar whirlpool of self-blame. "You should have done better. What were you thinking?" But instead, I applied what I had learned. I stepped back and characterized the setback as a learning opportunity. In the blink of an eye, my narrative shifted. I realized this project taught me valuable lessons that would prepare me for future endeavors. This change in narrative was invigorating. It was as though I had been handed a new lens, one that allowed me to view setbacks not as failures, but as stepping stones to success. Sharing stories of transformation with friends sparked new conversations, and soon we created a community built on encouraging each other to rewrite our stories. Together, we became motivators for one another, amplifying the positive impacts of our reprogrammed beliefs. It made clear that our experiences, no matter how daunting, could serve to empower rather than diminish. One practical tip that emerged from this journey is to create a thought replacement list. This simple tool involves writing down your most common negative thoughts alongside positive affirmations that counter them. Whenever negativity sneaks in, refer to your list and consciously switch your thinking. It's a powerful way to visualize the transformation you're working toward, reinforcing the idea that you truly have the ability to shape your mindset. Exercises to develop new mental pathways, affirmations and visualizations. Practicing affirmations and visualizations offers powerful tools for reinforcing new beliefs. Affirmations are simple statements that reflect the positive attributes or outcomes you wish to embody or achieve. By repeating these phrases, either aloud or silently, you are effectively planting seeds of positivity into your subconscious. For instance, telling yourself, "I am confident and capable," is not just wishful thinking. It's creating a mental environment where confidence can flourish. Visualizations complement this practice perfectly. Imagine vividly what success looks like and feels like for you, whether it's acing a presentation or achieving a personal goal. The brain doesn't differentiate between real and vividly imagined experiences meaning that the more you visualize success, the more it feels achievable. Try setting aside a few minutes each day to engage in these exercises, allowing yourself to fully experience these positive feelings. Over time, these new mental pathways will become more familiar and accessible. Committing to the practice of mental rewiring is essential for real transformation. It's like training a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it becomes. Make affirmations and visualizations a daily habit, much like brushing your teeth or exercising. Start small. Perhaps set a reminder on your phone to take a moment each morning or evening. During these brief sessions, focus on your affirmations and visualize the goals you are working towards. Allow this practice to become a cherished routine, something you look forward to as part of your personal development journey. Soon enough, dedicating these moments to yourself will feel as natural as breathing, and you will begin to notice the subtle yet profound changes in your mindset and overall life perspective. To enhance your experience, consider keeping a journal where you record your affirmations and visualization sessions. Writing your thoughts and feelings down can help solidify the changes you're making and reinforce the positive messages you are sending to yourself. This practice not only serves as a record of your journey, but also acts as a powerful reminder of your growth over time. Whenever you feel your motivation waning, flipping through your journal can reignite that spark and remind you why you started in the first place. Humor twist: making fun of your own mental weeds. Injecting humor into the process of identifying and addressing negative thought patterns can be a game changer. When those pesky thoughts creep in, turning the lens of laughter on them can be rather liberating. Imagine your self-doubt as a cartoon character, bumbling around with oversized shoes, tripping over its own exaggerations. By poking fun at the very thoughts that weigh you down, you dismantle their power over you. You start recognizing that these negative patterns are not immovable boulders, but rather silly clouds, here today and gone tomorrow. This lighthearted approach helps to disrupt the cycle of negativity, allowing you to tackle your mental weeds with a little more grace and a whole lot of humor. It's like holding up a mirror, but instead of reflecting gloom, you see your mental foibles dance around in clown shoes. This realization can make it easier to challenge unhelpful thoughts with a chuckle, transforming a daunting internal dialogue into something much more manageable. Encouraging self-compassion while working through one's mental challenges is essential. It's easy to turn harsh and critical when faced with our imperfections, yet treating ourselves with kindness can foster resilience. Picture the inner dialogue that accompanies a tough day. Transforming that voice into one of a gentle friend makes a huge difference. Instead of saying, "Why can't you just get it together?" replace it with, "Hey, we all have off days, and that's perfectly okay." This shift in tone allows for a safe space to explore and acknowledge feelings without judgment. By nurturing a sense of self-compassion, we create an environment where healing can thrive. It becomes about recognizing that stumbling is part of the journey, not the destination. Embracing this mindset allows us to acknowledge our flaws, quirks, and all the bits that make us uniquely human. In this way, we can celebrate our growth while still chuckling at the little things that make life a roller coaster. Finding humor in our struggles doesn't mean undermining their seriousness, but rather building a bridge over the swamp of despair. It's about weaving levity into the fabric of our experiences, helping us tread through even the toughest days with a smile. The next time you find yourself wrestling with negative thoughts, pause and ask yourself, what's the most ridiculous aspect of this? Whether it's a mental image of your anxiety dressed as a jester, or simply humorously acknowledging your fear's dramatic flair, allow laughter to lighten the weight of those mental weeds. Remember, it's not about erasing the challenges. It's about knowing you can dance through them, and maybe even have a little fun along the way. Chapter 5: The Power of Reimagining Yourself. Crafting a new story, becoming the author of your life. Authoring one's life story means taking control of the narrative that defines you. It's about recognizing that the experiences, choices, and the way you interpret events are all chapters in an ongoing tale. Perhaps you're in a chapter that feels more like a cliche or a rerun of something you've seen before. That's where change begins with intention. Start by reflecting on what you truly desire in your life story. What aspirations and dreams seem to fade into the background? Visualize the version of you that embodies these desires. Imagine writing this new chapter as if you are drafting a screenplay for an inspiring film, where you are the star navigating a dynamic plot, facing challenges, and ultimately triumphing. Decisions become the ink with which you script your journey, and embracing the discomfort of change can lead to the pages filled with growth and adventure. Intentional storytelling is a powerful tool in reshaping reality. Just as a skilled author knows when to create tension or when to resolve it, you can learn to navigate the narrative arcs of your life with purpose. When you recount your experiences, focus not just on the facts, but on the emotions and insights that encapsulate them. Shift the perspective from victimhood to empowerment by choosing words that emphasize resilience. Share stories of overcoming challenges, and those anecdotes transform from mere recollections into powerful affirmations of your strength. This practice can influence not only how you perceive your personal journey, but also how others view and respond to you. When you tell a story filled with hope and determination, you invite others into that narrative, encouraging their support and collaboration. Remember, every great story has conflict, but it's the resolution that shapes the hero. You hold the pen and can create a narrative that propels you toward the life you envision. A practical tip for embracing this authoring mindset is to start a daily journaling practice. Capture your thoughts, aspirations, and experiences, framing them in a way that emphasizes growth and possibility. When you write about your day, instead of stating what happened, ask yourself, what did I learn? Or how did this challenge help me evolve? Over time, you'll find your perspective shifts and your story becomes more enriched with positivity and potential. Through journaling, you'll not only chronicle your experiences, but also engage actively in crafting a narrative that inspires both you and those around you. The hero's journey: why your life needs its own mythology. Narrative has an incredible power in shaping who we are and how we perceive our journey through life. The concept of the hero's journey is not just a story template. It is a lens through which we can view our own experiences. Each of us encounters challenges, mentors, allies, and sometimes a villain or two along our path. Recognizing these elements in our lives can propel personal growth and transformation. Just like heroes in epic tales, we face trials that test our strength and resolve. These moments push us beyond our limits, propelling us to discover our true potential and what we are capable of achieving. A relatable anecdote: reimagining myself and finding unexpected opportunities. Reimagining oneself often begins with an awakening, an experience that pushes you to rethink your identity. For me, it was a crossroads moment when I found myself at a career dead end. Years spent in a corporate job, climbing the ladder, had left me unsatisfied. One day, after a particularly grueling meeting, a coworker pulled me aside and asked, "What do you really want to do?" It was a straightforward question that struck me in a profound way. I realized I hadn't taken the time to imagine a different future. With that simple nudge, I began to explore my passions. I rekindled my love for writing, started a blog, and even dabbled in painting. Each small step into the unknown opened new doors, ultimately leading me to opportunities I had never considered. Unexpectedly, I landed a freelance writing gig that allowed me to combine my corporate knowledge with creative storytelling, ultimately reshaping my career path. Embracing change often means challenging our fears and misconceptions about ourselves. The possibilities that emerge from this process can be startling. Change can be a catalyst for growth, unveiling aspects of our identity we never knew existed. In my case, stepping out of the rigid confines of my former job exposed me to a vibrant world filled with creative exploration. I began to network with other writers, attend workshops, and collaborate on projects. Each interaction brought fresh insights and opportunities I would have missed had I remained in my comfort zone. The connections I built not only enriched my work, but also fostered friendships that support my journey. Through embracing this change, I discovered that unexpected opportunities frequently lie just beyond our self-imposed limits. Taking the leap into the unknown can be daunting, yet it unlocks new paths that lead to fulfillment. One practical tip for anyone feeling stuck is to allocate time each week to explore interests outside your current routine. Engage in activities that speak to your heart, connect with different people, or immerse yourself in a new environment. It's within these moments of exploration that you may stumble upon unexpected treasures waiting to be discovered in your own life. A relatable anecdote: reimagining myself and finding unexpected opportunities. Reimagining oneself often begins with an awakening, an experience that pushes you to rethink your identity. For me, it was a crossroads moment when I found myself at a career dead end. Years spent in a corporate job, climbing the ladder, had left me unsatisfied. One day, after a particularly grueling meeting, a coworker pulled me aside and asked, "What do you really want to do?" It was a straightforward question that struck me in a profound way. I realized I hadn't taken the time to imagine a different future. With that simple nudge, I began to explore my passions. I rekindled my love for writing, started a blog, and even dabbled in painting. Each small step into the unknown opened new doors, ultimately leading me to opportunities I had never considered. Unexpectedly, I landed a freelance writing gig that allowed me to combine my corporate knowledge with creative storytelling, ultimately reshaping my career path. Embracing change often means challenging our fears and misconceptions about ourselves. The possibilities that emerge from this process can be startling. Change can be a catalyst for growth, unveiling aspects of our identity we never knew existed. In my case, stepping out of the rigid confines of my former job exposed me to a vibrant world filled with creative exploration. I began to network with other writers, attend workshops, and collaborate on projects. Each interaction brought fresh insights and opportunities I would have missed had I remained in my comfort zone. The connections I built not only enriched my work, but also fostered friendships that support my journey. Through embracing this change, I discovered that unexpected opportunities frequently lie just beyond our self-imposed limits. Taking the leap into the unknown can be daunting, yet it unlocks new paths that lead to fulfillment. One practical tip for anyone feeling stuck is to allocate time each week to explore interests outside your current routine. Engage in activities that speak to your heart, connect with different people, or immerse yourself in a new environment. It's within these moments of exploration that you may stumble upon unexpected treasures waiting to be discovered in your own life. Exercises for visualization: seeing the person you want to become. Visualization exercises serve as powerful tools to help you define the person you aspire to be. Start by finding a quiet space where you can relax and let your imagination roam. Close your eyes and take a deep breath, allowing yourself to let go of distractions. Picture a day in your life as the person you want to become. What do you see? Maybe you visualize yourself waking up with energy, excited for the day ahead. Imagine the clothes you wear, the people you interact with, and the environment surrounding you. By engaging your senses, you start cementing a clearer picture of who this future version of yourself is. As this image becomes more defined, it helps solidify your aspirations and goals, making them feel not just possible, but attainable. Creating a vivid mental image fuels your motivation and serves as a compass guiding you toward your future aspirations. Think about the feelings associated with this envisioned reality. How does it feel to be confident and successful? Feel that sense of accomplishment wash over you. This emotional connection makes the visualization more potent. Whenever you find yourself facing challenges or doubts, return to this mental image. Let it re-energize you and remind you of the path you want to take. With each session, you'll find the picture sharpen, the attributes of your future self more familiar, and your determination to chase this version of yourself growing stronger. Consider setting a specific time each day to practice this mental exercise. Consistency amplifies its effect and transforms the abstract into concrete motivation. As you work on visualization, remember that the most powerful images are built not only on achievements, but also on the qualities you want to embody. What traits do you admire in others that you wish to cultivate within yourself? Picture yourself acting with kindness, resilience, and compassion. Hold on to that feeling and let it guide your everyday actions. Combine your aspirational qualities with your dream life scenarios, and you'll find a unique blueprint for personal growth and transformation. Even the simplest practice, like journaling about your future self after each visualization, can enhance clarity and commitment to that vision. Wisdom nugget. The world treats you the way you teach it to treat you. The way we see ourselves directly influences how others perceive and interact with us. This reciprocal relationship between self-perception and external treatment is profound. When we value ourselves, we naturally carry an aura of confidence that can affect how people respond to us. For instance, if you approach conversations with doubt or insecurity, others may pick up on that energy and reciprocate it, perhaps through indifference or skepticism. On the other hand, when we project self-assuredness, most interactions tend to reflect that positive energy. It's almost as if the world is a mirror, reflecting back to us our own attitudes and beliefs. Empowering readers to take charge of their narratives and interactions involves recognizing that we have a role in shaping our experiences. We can write our own stories by setting the tone of our interactions. Everyone has encountered difficult relationships or unkind treatment, but by consciously choosing to present ourselves with respect and kindness, we can influence how others treat us. It's all about communication, both verbal and nonverbal. The way we engage with others, our body language, tone of voice, and even our choice of words teaches people how to see us. Taking the reins in this aspect can transform negative experiences into positive connections, allowing us to live more fulfilling lives. Understanding this power can lead to profound changes in every interaction and relationship. A practical tip to start this transformation is to practice self-affirmation daily. Look into the mirror and remind yourself of your worth and capabilities. Spend a few minutes each day acknowledging what you bring to the table. This will not only uplift your mood, but will also set a powerful precedent for how you expect to be treated by the world around you. The more you believe in yourself, the more others will believe in you too. Chapter 6. Acting your new self into existence. Behavior drives identity. Small actions, big changes. Our behaviors are the building blocks of our identities. Each act speaks to who we are and who we want to become. Think about the way we greet others, how we respond to challenges, or even how we handle daily routines. These choices gradually shape our identity over time, reinforcing traits that define us. When we choose kindness, for example, we cultivate a reputation of being compassionate. Over time, this habitual kindness becomes a part of our self-concept. We see ourselves as caring individuals. The truth is, every decision, no matter how trivial it may seem, contributes to the larger picture of who we are. Our identities are a patchwork of our behaviors, and the more consistently we act in certain ways, the stronger those behaviors root themselves in our sense of self. Change often feels monumental, yet it can begin with the smallest of actions taken daily. People frequently overlook how incremental change can lead to significant transformations. When you commit to waking up 15 minutes earlier each day to read a book or take a short walk, you may not notice an instant shift in your life. However, with time, these small actions accumulate, leading to new habits, improved skills, and a richer life experience. It's that tiny choice to take the stairs instead of the elevator, or to smile at a stranger that can alter your mindset progressively. These daily choices can snowball, leading to profound changes that feel almost effortless once they are part of your routine. The secret lies in recognizing that grand transformations often stem from simple, consistent behaviors. Understanding that our identities are shaped and reshaped by our daily actions empowers us to take control of our lives. To foster change, start by identifying small actions that resonate with you. Choose one thing to focus on. Maybe it's practicing gratitude or spending a few minutes each day learning something new. These small adjustments can serve as powerful catalysts for your identity transformation. Embrace the idea that your behavior influences who you are, and remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, so take it today. Thoughtful humor. Fake it till you become it. But with heart, humor can be a powerful ally when embracing the idea of fake it till you make it. Instead of approaching this mindset with a sense of superficiality, consider how humor allows us to lighten the load of our insecurities. When we tell a joke about our struggles or share a funny story of past failures, we're not diminishing our experiences, we're reclaiming them. This sincere approach encourages resilience and openness, allowing others to see the authentic version of ourselves that we are striving to become. Making fun of our mishaps can help to transform them from burdens into badges of experience. The more we laugh at ourselves, the less daunting the journey feels, and the more likely we are to engage with life fully and genuinely. While humor can break the ice and foster connection, it's crucial that it carries with it genuine emotion. Actions driven by mere pretense often lack the depth required for true transformation. When we fake it, we shouldn't just mask who we are. Instead, let that authenticity shine through in our efforts to change. If you strive to be more confident, let that ambition come from your desire to connect authentically with others. By layering our humor with heartfelt intentions, we ensure that our journey towards self-improvement resonates on a deeper level. Authentic emotions breathe life into what may seem like hollow efforts, and when backed by genuine feelings, our actions can lead to transformational outcomes. Embracing humor alongside heartfelt authenticity can radically shift our approach to personal growth. Remember, the goal isn't just to present a polished version of ourselves, but to ensure that the foundation is solid. By integrating laughter and sincerity, we pave the way for a more fulfilling transformation. As you navigate this journey, don't shy away from being playful with your aspirations. Add a dash of humor to your daily practice, whether it's finding joy in the small victories or learning to laugh when things don't go as planned. This approach makes the path less intimidating and much more enjoyable, allowing you to blossom into the version of yourself you aspire to be. Real-life analogy: learning to walk again, mentally. Learning to walk again, whether after an injury or a significant life change, mirrors the journey of reshaping our identity. Just as a child takes their first tentative steps, we too must find our footing in a world that often feels foreign. Each wobble and fall symbolizes the missteps we take when trying to reinvent ourselves. We stumble into old habits, faces that don't seem to match our new version, and thoughts that echo the past. Yet every time we rise, we gain strength. The process is not merely about physical mobility. It becomes an intimate dance of self-discovery. Reflecting on moments of vulnerability shows us that while we may falter, each step forward counts, weaving together the fabric of our evolving identity. Patience and practice are the unyielding companions on this path. Just as a toddler learns to balance and coordinate their limbs, we must cultivate the ability to stand firm in our new selves. Embracing the awkwardness of figuring out who we are requires us to be gentle with ourselves. Each practice session, whether it's verbalizing new affirmations or engaging in curious exploration outside our comfort zone, revitalizes our growth. Challenges may arise. Perhaps an old fear rears its head, or moments of doubt cloud our progress. But through diligent effort, we develop a rhythm of persistence. The more we push against the inertia of our past, the more natural our new self becomes. It's crucial to remember that, like walking, change is a gradual journey that rewards us in the long run. Ultimately, this journey teaches us that every small victory matters. Celebrating each new step, whether it's a brave conversation, a new hobby, or a decision to prioritize self-care, adds bricks to the foundation of our reinvention. The key lies in recognizing that both walking and personal transformation require time, resilience, and the courage to keep moving forward, unsteady as we may feel. Consider setting aside moments each day to consciously reflect on your progress, no matter how minor, and soon enough, you may find yourself walking confidently in the direction of your new identity. Exercises to reinforce change, daily habits for reinventing yourself. Adopting a new identity requires practical daily habits that resonate with the person you aspire to become. To align your routine with this new identity, imagine the qualities that define your future self. If you wish to be more disciplined, waking up an hour earlier to meditate or plan your day can set a strong tone for your morning. Likewise, if creativity is your goal, dedicating time each day to explore art or writing can help nurture that part of you. Small acts of bravery, like engaging in a discussion about a topic you're passionate about, boost your confidence and reinforce your transformation. These daily habits are not isolated events. They are threads woven into the fabric of your new identity, making it increasingly easier to embody the change you seek. Consistency in practicing these habits is vital. Change doesn't happen overnight. It becomes ingrained through repetition. If you commit to your new routine and show up even on days when motivation wanes, you'll slowly start to feel more at home in your new identity. Think of each practice as a brick in the foundation of your new self. One missed day might feel insignificant, but an accumulation of missed days can slide you back into old patterns. Celebrating small wins can create positive reinforcement, keeping you motivated to persist. When faced with setbacks, remind yourself that every effort counts. Consistency is the secret sauce that not only reinforces change, but also builds resilience, allowing you to weather challenges that arise on this transformative journey. Embracing change is less about flipping a switch and more about turning a dial. Be patient with yourself as you adjust your habits to fit your new identity. A practical tip to enhance this journey is to maintain a journal that tracks your daily habits and reflections. Not only does this provide clarity about your progress, but it also allows you to see patterns in your behavior that may need attention. Set aside a few moments each evening to jot down what worked, what didn't, and how you can tweak your approach for the following day. This practice promotes mindfulness and serves as a checkpoint for assessing how well your daily habits align with your desired identity, reinforcing the changes in a meaningful way. A personal experience of acting into my new life. Taking action toward a new identity is like standing at the edge of a diving board, heart racing and palms sweating, but knowing that the plunge can transform everything below. By sharing my own journey, I reflect on the moments when I realized that I had the power to shape my life. It began with a simple decision, a whisper of a thought that grew louder until it demanded my full attention. I learned that transformation isn't a spectator sport. It requires stepping into the unknown, sometimes stumbling, and often picking up the pieces with a newfound determination. Each step I took felt as if I were painting a new canvas, each action a brushstroke that brought my true self into clearer view. It was not just about changing jobs or moving to a new city, but about shedding the layers of who I was expected to be and allowing the real me to shine through, vibrant and unapologetic. The journey taught me that belief is the cornerstone of action. It's easy to look in the mirror and see the limitations staring back, but finding the courage to silence those doubts is vital. Believing in oneself is crucial, especially when tackling new challenges. I discovered that each moment of self-doubt could be conquered with small but meaningful actions. For me, it was about setting achievable goals and celebrating each victory, no matter how minor it seemed. Taking that first step no longer felt daunting when I realized that each action, no matter how small, was a building block of my new reality. It might mean decluttering my space as a metaphor for clearing my mind, or simply speaking up more in conversations. Gradually, those small waves of confidence began to erode the larger rocks of uncertainty. The importance of believing in myself transformed into a habit, one that propelled me into action and established a new rhythm in my life. In navigating this path, I recognized that the act of believing, combined with decisive action, can be incredibly empowering. Creating a new life isn't merely about big leaps. It's often about a consistent, deliberate effort over time. One practical tip I found helpful was to develop a mantra that resonated with my goals. Repeating phrases like "I am capable" or "I embrace change" helped rewire my thought patterns, allowing me to view challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. Each day became a chance to reaffirm my identity, transforming the ordinary into something extraordinary through action and belief. Embracing my new life was as simple as showing up for myself, day after day, believing that the next step, however small, would lead me even closer to who I wanted to be. Chapter 7. Building an environment that supports the new you. The influence of your surroundings on your mindset. Our environment plays a crucial role in shaping our thoughts and behaviors. Imagine walking into a cozy, well-lit room filled with plants and inspiring art. Instantly, your mood lifts and your mind begins to race with creative ideas. Now think of a cluttered, dark workspace. It's no surprise that your energy drains and your thoughts become disorganized. The colors around us, the sounds we hear, and the people we interact with all contribute to our mental state. Research shows that environments can influence our stress levels and even our decision-making processes. For instance, a study revealed that the presence of nature can reduce anxiety and enhance well-being. Conversely, high levels of noise pollution can lead to increased irritability and stress. Such dynamics highlight that our surroundings are not merely backdrops to our lives, they actively shape our psyche. Being aware of environmental influences on our mindset is the first step toward harnessing their power. It starts with observing how different settings affect your mood and productivity. When you find yourself feeling overwhelmed or unmotivated, take a moment to assess your surroundings. Are you in a chaotic environment? Are you surrounded by negative influences? Shifting your environment can be as simple as rearranging your workspace, spending time outdoors, or surrounding yourself with positive people. This self-awareness empowers you to create spaces that foster creativity and peace instead of stress and chaos. Take note of when you feel your best and strive to recreate those elements in your daily environment. By consciously curating your surroundings, you can cultivate a mindset that promotes growth and resilience, ultimately transforming the way you experience life. A practical tip for enhancing your mindset through environmental changes is to set up a dedicated space that inspires you. It could be a corner in your home with personal mementos that spark joy, a well-organized desk that encourages productivity, or even a peaceful spot outdoors. Regularly refresh this space to maintain inspiration. Whether it's using uplifting artwork, adding soothing scents, or incorporating elements of nature, create an oasis that energizes your mind. The right environment doesn't just provide comfort, it acts as a catalyst for positive thought and action. A garden needs the right climate, curating your environment for growth. A garden flourishes when its surroundings are just right, and so do we as individuals. Cultivating a positive environment is crucial. It's not merely a luxury, but a necessity for personal growth. When we surround ourselves with encouragement, we begin to see our potential bloom. A nurturing atmosphere can spark creativity and motivation, while a toxic space can snuff out our enthusiasm like a wilting flower. Humans, much like plants, are sensitive to their surroundings. Supportive relationships, inspiring spaces, and even uplifting words can act as sunlight, propelling us towards greater heights. The atmosphere we create directly influences our mindset and productivity. It's akin to a gardener who carefully selects which plants to nurture and where to plant them. By choosing to engage with positive, dynamic individuals and investing in spaces that inspire us, we set the stage for growth. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges. Rather, it means facing them within a framework that promotes resilience and optimism. As you curate your surroundings, consider what environments make you feel alive and what connections encourage you. This conscious selection fosters not only personal growth, but also allows us to contribute positively to the ecosystems of our communities. Curating your environment requires intentionality and courage. It's about being proactive in choosing who and what to allow into your life. Think of it as weeding out the distractions and negativity that choke out our potential. The people we associate with can elevate us or hold us down. Surrounding ourselves with those who inspire and support our aspirations creates a powerful network. Each interaction becomes a chance to exchange ideas, receive encouragement, and foster collaboration. In this way, our social spaces shape our development just as much as any educational institution. Physical spaces also play a significant role in personal growth. Consider where you work, relax, and find joy. Are these spaces cluttered with chaos, or are they tranquil and inviting? A well-organized and aesthetically pleasing environment can enhance focus and clarity, allowing for a more fruitful engagement with our goals. Create corners of comfort and creativity, whether that's a dedicated workspace at home or a favorite cafe. These spaces should energize you, providing a sanctuary where ideas can flow freely. By curating both your social and physical environments, you aren't just passively allowing growth to happen, You're actively constructing a landscape where your dreams can take root and flourish. One practical tip: dedicate a few minutes daily to assess your environment. Are the people around you uplifting? Is your physical space conducive to your goals? Making small changes can lead to significant transformations over time. Personal insight: changing my environment and its impact on my mindset. Changing my surroundings has profoundly shaped how I think and feel about life. I recall a time when I lived in a cramped apartment filled with clutter. The chaos mirrored my mental state, and every day felt like I was trudging through molasses. It was only when I made the decision to declutter my space and decorate it with calming colors and meaningful artifacts that I noticed a shift. My once cramped environment now invited freshness and creativity. I found myself waking up each morning feeling lighter, as if my new surroundings had somehow unshackled my thoughts. This wasn't just about aesthetics. It was about creating a space that facilitated peace and inspiration, allowing my mind to wander and explore new ideas without distraction. The context in which we find ourselves matters immensely. Different environments can guide our thoughts and behaviors in significant ways. For instance, when I ventured into nature, the tranquility of the outdoors acted like a reset button for my mind. The vibrant greens and serene sounds of rustling leaves prompted reflection and growth. On the contrary, returning to a bustling city center would often evoke anxiety and restlessness. This contrast taught me how profoundly context influences our state of mind. By deliberately choosing where to spend time, I could foster a mindset that was either creative and relaxed or anxious and distracted. It's all about surrounding ourselves with what we need in that moment, whether it's peace or a spark of motivation. Our environments are not just backdrops to our lives, they are active participants in our mental journey. Understanding this dynamic has empowered me to consciously curate my surroundings. Whether it's setting up a cozy reading nook filled with books that inspire me, or taking time to walk in a park, I have discovered that small changes can lead to significant shifts in mindset. The next time you feel stuck, consider your environment. A simple change might just unlock a new perspective, allowing you to embrace new possibilities. Practical exercises: creating a mental and physical space that fuels transformation. Enhancing your physical and mental spaces is essential for rejuvenation and growth. Start by decluttering your surroundings, whether it's your desk, bedroom, or living area. A clean space can usher in clarity and creativity. Introduce elements that resonate with you. This could be art, plants, or scents that evoke positive feelings. Paying attention to light is crucial too. Natural light can lift your mood, while soft lighting can create a cozy environment for relaxation. Picking colors that inspire you can change the energy of a room. Vibrant hues can energize, while calm shades can soothe. These small adjustments can recalibrate the atmosphere, enabling transformation. Prioritizing environments that nurture your evolving self is a practice in self-awareness. Pay attention to how different spaces make you feel. This is not just about your physical environments. Consider who you surround yourself with and the emotional climate they create. Seek out places that inspire you, be it a bustling cafe, a serene park, or a cozy nook in your home. Engage in conversations that stretch your mind and spirit, and don't shy away from changing your routine if it no longer aligns with your growth. Your surroundings should reflect the journey you're on and support your aspirations. This intentionality transforms your physical space into a sanctuary that fuels your mental evolution. Another practical tip is to create dedicated spaces for specific activities. Design a cozy reading corner that invites you to escape into stories, or a vibrant workspace that fuels innovation. Make a distinction between where you work and where you unwind to help your mind switch gears seamlessly. Establishing boundaries within your spaces promotes productivity and relaxation. As you rearrange and redefine these spaces, keep in mind the power of routine. The more you associate certain areas with specific activities, the more they will reinforce desired behaviors, guiding your transformation authentically. Levity: how to politely lose people who no longer fit your journey. Life is too short to engage in heavy-hearted confrontations, especially when it comes to relationships that clog our personal growth. Humor can be a fantastic tool when navigating these tricky waters. Imagine you find yourself in a situation where a friend's negativity is dragging you down. Instead of a serious conversation that might lead to tension, try injecting a bit of humor. Lightheartedly pointing out how their complaints could fill a book might not only ease the mood, but also create a space for reflection. When we wrap a message in laughter, it becomes digestible, reducing defensiveness. As we laugh together, we create a bond that encourages understanding while also signaling our need for a healthier dynamic. Honesty is a fierce yet gentle weapon when it comes to maintaining healthy relationships. It's essential to express how certain connections drain you, but the delivery can make all the difference. Approach the conversation with kindness, aiming to create space rather than placing blame. You might say something like, "I cherish our time together, but I've found I need to focus on my energy and positivity right now." This not only conveys your need for change, but also honors the bond you once shared. Emphasizing the positives, like wishing the person well on their journey, reinforces that you haven't lost respect for them. You simply outgrew the relationship. When we practice this gentle honesty, we allow ourselves the freedom to invite in the supportive connections that align with our growth. As you navigate these changes, remember that it's okay to prioritize your emotional well-being. Consider incorporating some self-reflection after these conversations. Ask yourself what you need from the relationships around you to cultivate a supportive environment. Having clarity on this will lead you to more genuine connections, ones that help you thrive rather than hold you back. Chapter 8. Embracing the continual process of reinvention. Change is a constant, why you'll lose your mind more than once. Change is not just an occasional visitor in our lives. It is the very fabric that weaves our experiences together. Life is an endless wave of transitions, pushing us toward new horizons whether we like it or not. As we journey through different stages of life, be it moving from childhood to adulthood, changing careers, or facing unexpected challenges, we realize that each change nudges us toward personal evolution. The irony is that while we often resist these changes, they are crucial for our growth, pushing us out of our comfort zones and urging us to adapt. Embracing change opens up opportunities for discovery, creativity, and insight that we might have otherwise overlooked. As unsettling as the prospect of change can be, it drives resilience, understanding, and ultimately, a richer life experience. Accepting change requires a willingness to engage with the cyclical nature of growth. Just as seasons change, so do phases in our lives, and this cycle is both normal and necessary. When we accept that we are constantly evolving, we can proactively engage in our own reinvention. Instead of clinging to what was, it's far more liberating to ask, what is possible now? The truth is, embracing uncertainty can lead to newfound strengths and perspectives. Surround yourself with the notion that evolution is an opportunity rather than a setback. Allow yourself to not only adapt, but also celebrate your transformation. Understanding that it is not only okay to change, but essential to your journey can lighten the mental load you carry. The next time you find yourself in the grip of change, try to lean into it rather than push against it. Every time you feel overwhelmed by change, remember that discomfort often signals growth. A practical tip to navigate this constant shifting is to keep a journal where you reflect on your emotions related to change. Write about your fears, your desires, and the potential outcomes. This practice will help you chart your progress over time while also clarifying your thoughts. By capturing your experiences, you create a valuable resource to revisit during moments of doubt. Embracing this cycle allows you to face each change not just as a hurdle, but as an integral part of the person you are becoming. The wisdom of flow, staying adaptable and open. Adaptability is no longer just a desirable trait. It has become a vital necessity in today's fast-paced and ever-changing world. Change is the only constant we can rely on, so being able to adjust our approaches, thoughts, and emotions is essential for survival. Understanding and embracing this fact allows us to navigate through life's uncertainties with a certain grace. When we cultivate adaptability, we create room for innovation and creativity, enabling ourselves to see opportunities even in the most challenging situations. Adaptability leads to better problem-solving skills and fosters a growth mindset, which serves as a powerful antidote to the fear of the unknown. Those who refuse to change often find themselves left behind, while the adaptable thrive in chaos, turning potential crises into new paths for success. Maintaining a flow mindset is about more than just surviving, it's about thriving and evolving. When we adopt this mindset, we develop resilience and readiness that can withstand life's inevitable bumps. Being in a state of flow means we are fully immersed in the present moment, allowing us to respond effectively to whatever comes our way. This state fosters creativity and agility, which empowers us to tackle difficulties with a certain ease. With a flow mindset, challenges become less daunting because we focus on solutions rather than problems, viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth. Embracing this perspective not only enhances our personal and professional life, but also enriches our relationships, enabling us to communicate better and collaborate more effectively. Staying adaptable and maintaining a flow mindset can be cultivated through simple practices. Developing a daily routine that encourages mindfulness can help center your thoughts and increase your flexibility. Schedule time for reflection and check-ins with yourself to monitor how you are responding to changes around you. Build a habit of seeking feedback from others. This can provide new perspectives and greater awareness of your adaptability. Remember, the goal is not to control change, but to dance with it, allowing yourself to shift your approach when needed while maintaining a sense of purpose and direction. This way, you can not only cope with change, but also harness its power to propel yourself towards a more fulfilling life. Relatable anecdote: the cycles of my own mental transformations. Each person's journey resembles a circle filled with changes, twists, and unexpected turns. My story is a patchwork of highs and lows, punctuated by moments where I question who I am and where I'm headed. In one instance, I remember feeling utterly lost after moving to a new city. Everything felt foreign, even my reflection. Yet through this disorientation, I discovered an unexpected resilience. It was in the quiet moments of loneliness that I began to peel back the layers of my own identity, learning more about what I truly valued. I started diving into hobbies I had long forgotten, and each new experience sparked a flicker of joy that guided me through that cycle. The rhythm of highs and lows taught me that transformation is often wrapped in periods of uncertainty, and in those moments of doubt, light can be found. Transformation doesn't happen in isolation. There's a thread that connects us all through our challenges and victories. Sharing these experiences builds bridges of understanding, creating a fabric of shared human experiences. As I reached out to others, I learned that many felt the same bewilderment during their own transitions. Listening to their stories mirrored my journey back to me. These connections fostered a profound sense of belonging. It became clear that I wasn't alone in my cyclical ebb and flow of self-discovery. We stand together in the face of change, each story a star illuminating the path, reminding us that everyone has their unique cycle of transformation. Personal growth necessitates embracing the cycles of our lives, understanding that every ending sets the stage for a new beginning. If you find yourself in a period of transition or uncertainty, remember this: each change, each challenge is a part of your narrative. Lean into the discomfort, explore its depths, and connect with others who are navigating their own cycles. You might find that the most meaningful transformations come when you share your journey with those around you. A powerful tip is to keep a journal during these times. Document your feelings, the moments of despair, and the flashes of hope. Over time, the pages will reveal how far you've come and the connections made along the way. Exercises for embracing change. Mindfulness practices for adaptability. Mindfulness exercises can be the perfect bridge to cultivate a mindset that welcomes change rather than fears it. Taking time each day to pause and breathe can shift our perspective. Begin by finding a comfortable spot where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, allowing your chest to rise. Hold that breath for a moment and then gently exhale through your mouth. Repeat this several times, focusing solely on the rhythm of your breath. This simple practice can help ground you and create space for fresh thoughts. As your mind quiets, Visualize a big wave crashing on the shore. Imagine this wave as the changes in your life. Instead of resisting, visualize yourself riding the wave, feeling the exhilaration of adaptability. By anchoring yourself in this awareness, you can transform uncertainty into excitement and opportunity. When periods of upheaval strike, mindfulness serves as an essential tool for navigating the storm. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and unexpected shifts can leave us feeling lost. Acknowledge that these disruptions are part of your journey. Embrace them by practicing mindful observation. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This can involve simply noting how you feel in any given moment without rushing to label it as good or bad. During crises, this practice can help you remain present, making it easier to assess and react to your situation from a calm center rather than a place of fear. Redirect your focus to your breath whenever stress peaks. This action grounds you again, allowing you to process your thoughts with clarity. Even during chaos, mindfulness offers a steadying anchor, helping you to adjust your sails in the wind of change. As you invest time in these practices, integrate them into your daily life for maximum benefit. Each small step in building your mindfulness toolkit enhances your ability to adapt to life's changing tides. The more resilient you become, the more confident you'll feel facing whatever comes next. Remember, life is a continuous journey of evolution. With each mindful exercise, you're not just practicing, you're developing a deeper relationship with your ever-shifting self. Engage with your thoughts, breathe through the moments of discomfort, and embrace every turn in your path. Next time you face change, consider taking a moment to pause, breathe, and appreciate this opportunity for growth. In the whirlwinds of life, clarity can be your greatest ally, and patience can be your most steadfast companion. Humor in reinvention, getting comfortable with the idea that you'll never be done. Humor can be a powerful tool in the often serious journey of personal reinvention. Think of it as the light-hearted friend who nudges you when you're taking yourself too seriously. Life is messy, and change rarely happens in a neat, linear fashion. By finding the funny side of your missteps and uncertainties, you allow yourself to be more human, more relatable. When you can laugh at the awkwardness of trying something new or the irony of a mishap, you take away some of the fear surrounding the unknown. It's a gentle reminder that everyone is a work in progress, and it's perfectly okay to stumble along the way. Embracing humor as part of your reinvention journey not only makes the process enjoyable, but also fosters resilience, making it easier to bounce back from setbacks. After all, if you can laugh at your own quirks and failures, you're already one step closer to embracing yourself as you are. Embracing your journey means shifting your focus from the end goal to the experiences you gather along the way. Many people chase a destination, believing that once they reach it, they'll feel complete. However, life has a way of changing those definitions, often leaving them feeling empty at the finish line. The truth is, you will never be done. Each new phase brings additional layers to your identity. Celebrate the small victories, the lessons learned, and the unexpected detours. Instead of aiming to reach a particular milestone, relish the ongoing process of becoming. Ask yourself what you can learn today, rather than fixating on a distant finish line. By prioritizing growth over perfection, you can cultivate a mindset that thrives on exploration and discovery. So, treat every twist in the road as an invitation to uncover something new about yourself, keeping your sense of humor at the forefront to navigate the inevitable ups and downs with a smile. As you embark on this journey of constant reinvention, remember that the goal isn't to sculpt a flawless version of yourself, it's to enjoy the artistry of becoming. Consider keeping a journal to document your moments of humor and reflection. It can serve as a wonderful reminder of how far you've come and the lighthearted perspective you've cultivated over time. In the end, it's not about reaching some perfect state of being. It's about how you embrace each moment along the way, armed with laughter and an open heart. Conclusion: becoming comfortable with the unknown. The joy of uncertainty, finding peace in not having all the answers. Life is a mystery wrapped in ambiguity, where the road often twists and turns in ways we can't predict. Embracing uncertainty can feel daunting, yet it holds a powerful key to liberation. When we let go of the need to control every outcome, we open ourselves to the possibilities that life has to offer. We often feel overwhelmed by the desire to have answers, to plan every detail. Yet, the truth is that the most beautiful moments often occur when we least expect them. By shifting our mindset to see uncertainty as a friend rather than an enemy, we cultivate resilience and adaptability. The potential for growth often lies just beyond the borders of our comfort zones. This is where we discover our true selves and often find the joy that exists in the unpredictability of our existence. Finding joy in the unknown is not about abandoning our plans or visions, but rather dancing in the rain of uncertainty. When faced with situations that make us uncomfortable, we can choose to approach them with grace and curiosity. This perspective allows us to turn fear into excitement and every unfamiliar path into an adventure waiting to unfold. Exploring the unknown can enhance our creativity and open doors we couldn't even envision before. Each twist in our journey presents an opportunity to learn something new about ourselves and the world around us. It's perfectly okay to not have all the answers. It's actually quite necessary. Life thrives in the gray areas, and navigating these spaces can deepen our appreciation for the present moment. Practice gratitude for what you have and be kind to yourself as you embrace the uncertainty that life brings. Remember that every experience teaches us something valuable that contributes to our journey. A final story: how losing my mind became the most liberating experience. When I think back to the moment my mind felt like it was unraveling, a strange warmth fills me. It wasn't the panic that society often associates with losing one's mind. Instead, it was a rush of clarity wrapped in chaos. I remember sitting in my living room, the world outside my window buzzing with life, while inside, my thoughts danced like wildflowers in the wind, completely free and utterly unchained. That chaotic moment marked the beginning of a journey that led me to discover parts of myself I never knew existed. Ironically, losing my mind became the catalyst for finding deeper connections with my true self and the world around me. It was in that swirling vortex of confusion that I unearthed unexpected joy, allowing the veneer of societal expectations to peel away and reveal an authentic version of me. As I embraced the unraveling, I found that breakdowns often lead to breakthroughs. The fear of stepping outside the norm began to fade into the background, replaced by an exhilarating sense of liberation. I realized that many constraints we impose upon ourselves stem from a desire to fit neatly into boxes defined by others. Once those boxes shattered, I started to see the world unfurl like a beautiful tapestry, presenting countless possibilities previously obscured by fear. I began to make choices driven by instinct rather than obligation, paving the way to paths I wouldn't have dared to explore. Authenticity became my new mantra, urging me to take chances, speak my truth, and embrace vulnerability. In the midst of this newfound freedom, I encouraged others to question their paths as well. Every breakdown can be the first step on a journey toward real and unfiltered living. Remember that moments of chaos can be the first signs of liberation. Embrace that uncertainty. Give yourself permission to question everything you've been told to believe. Allow yourself to step into the unknown, for in this space lies the potential for growth and enlightenment. When faced with the tumult of life, consider it an invitation to rewrite your story. It may just lead you to experiences more joyous than you could ever anticipate. An invitation: keep creating, keep evolving. As you turn the last page of this book, remember that your journey of creation doesn't end here. Every idea you've explored, every thought you've pondered, and every challenge you've faced has served as stepping stones along a vibrant path of transformation. Embrace the endless possibilities awaiting you outside these covers. Keep your mind open and let your creativity flow into new projects, hobbies, or explorations that spark your interest. The world is brimming with opportunities for innovation and self-expression, urging you to pick up the brush of your imagination and paint the next chapter of your life. Personal evolution is a continuous journey, and it requires a commitment to self-discovery that never wanes. Each day presents a chance to learn more about yourself and the world around you. Be curious and take active steps toward growth. Ask yourself tough questions, seek new experiences, and surround yourself with people who inspire you. Remember, Each moment of reflection can lead to profound insights. This open dialogue with yourself will illuminate paths previously obscured and unlock doors to new dimensions of understanding. Stay engaged, be willing to adapt, and above all, trust the process of becoming. Here's a practical tip to integrate into your daily life. Set aside a few moments each day to reflect on your thoughts and feelings. You can do this through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a quiet walk. Allow your inner voice to guide your reflection and pay attention to what stirs your passions. This small yet powerful practice not only grounds you, but also serves as a catalyst for creativity and personal evolution. Welcome to the rest of your life. It's going to be weird, and that's okay. Life has a peculiar way of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. You might wake up one day and find that your favorite cafe has closed, only to stumble upon a quirky little food truck that serves the best burritos you've ever tasted. That unpredictability is woven into the fabric of existence, making every moment a potential adventure. Embracing the quirky surprises can turn mundane days into stories you'll share for years. It's like being on a roller coaster. Just when you think you know the path, it throws in a loop that makes you laugh, scream, or sometimes both. Remember, it's this charming unpredictability that adds spice to life. A lighthearted outlook can transform the bizarre into the beautiful, reminding you that joy often hides in the unexpected corners of your day. Accepting the weirdness that comes with reinventing yourself can be both liberating and terrifying. Change isn't always graceful. It can feel as awkward as trying to dance to a song you've never heard. But isn't that discomfort part of what makes life interesting? Embrace those moments when you trip over your own feet or accidentally mix up important dates. They're reminders that you're human, navigating a world that doesn't have clear instructions. By allowing yourself to lean into the awkwardness, you create room for growth, self-discovery, and yes, humor. Reinventing yourself isn't about becoming someone else. It's about exploring who you truly are beneath all the expectations and norms. Wear your weirdness like a badge of honor, because every eccentricity has a story worth telling. As you step into this new chapter, keep in mind that laughter is often the best companion during transitions. It lightens the heavy load of self-exploration and makes the weirdness seem a bit more manageable. Surround yourself with people who can laugh at the chaos alongside you, who appreciate that life is a colorful array of mishaps and miracles. Embracing humor allows you to let go of the need for everything to be perfect. Instead, find joy in the unpredictability of each moment. Life's going to get weird, but that's okay. It means you're living fully and authentically. Consider keeping a journal where you jot down the funny, awkward moments, the stories that make you smile, even when things don't go as planned. You'll find that these little snippets of your life, full of humor and warmth, will weave together into a tapestry of experiences that represent the journey of your life. Afterword, tools for the ongoing journey. Recommended books, resources, and practices for continued growth. The journey of transformation doesn't end with this book. It's just the beginning. As you continue to lose the parts of your mind that no longer serve you and create new, empowering stories, there are many tools and resources that can support you along the way. Below, I've included some of my favorite books, practices, and resources to help you keep growing. Books: The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book is a guide to understanding the power of presence and letting go of the mental clutter that keeps you stuck. Atomic Habits by James Clear. A practical guide to building habits that support the kind of growth you want to see in your life. Mindset by Carol Dweck. Learn about the power of a growth mindset and how shifting your beliefs can transform your life. Meditation. Regular meditation can help you become more aware of your thoughts and develop the ability to observe them without judgment. Apps like Headspace and Insight Timer can be helpful tools to get started. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts is a powerful way to gain clarity and challenge self-limiting narratives. Consider starting a daily journaling practice where you reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and the stories you tell yourself. Visualization. Spend time each day visualizing the version of yourself that you want to become. Imagine how this version of you thinks, feels, and acts. Visualization helps to reinforce new mental pathways and supports you in creating lasting change. Mindfulness practices incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine by paying attention to the present moment, whether you're eating, walking, or simply breathing. Mindfulness helps you break free from automatic thought patterns and create new, conscious choices. You've got this, one reinvention at a time. I want to leave you with a simple but powerful reminder. Change is possible, and you are capable of it. The journey of losing your mind and creating a new one is not a linear path. It's full of twists, turns, setbacks, and breakthroughs. But with each step you take, you're moving closer to the truest version of yourself. You have the power to rewrite your stories, to forge new paths, and to transform your life, one thought at a time. Remember, it's okay to stumble. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. Growth often feels like that, messy, uncertain, and challenging. But it's also beautiful, rewarding, and profoundly liberating. Take this journey one day at a time, one reinvention at a time. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and know that you are capable of creating a mind and a life that is open, curious, and full of possibility. You've got this. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Now go out there and lose your mind and create a new one thought, one belief, and one step at a time.